Hello everyone, David here, and I'm glad you stopped by. For today's adventure, I want to show you how to cook a moist and delicious medium rare prime rib roast. I'm inviting you to explore this recipe with me. Shall you? Let's preheat our oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius while we get our roast ready. You want to make sure your roast is at room temperature. And for this, I suggest leaving your roast out of the refrigerator for at least 4 hours or more before you need to put it in the oven. This is a very important step to ensure that your roast is absolutely perfectly cooked and juicy every time. You want to generously season the roast on all sides. I will first start by salting the roast, and you can use your favorite brand of seasoned salt for this. Next, I will season with Clubhouse Le Grill steak spice. And finally, season with coarse black pepper. Now pat the roast while seasoning to simply ensure that all spices have stuck. Let's set our seasoned roast to one side while we get our roasting pan ready. I suggest that you cook your roast on a bed of vegetables instead of using a rack or simply just laying the roast in the pan to cook in its own juices. For this, I am using 1 large carrot cut lengthwise, 1 stalk of celery cut in half, 2 medium yellow onions peeled cut in half, and finally cut and seed 1 medium red pepper. I simply arrange the vegetables in the roasting pan in order to support the roast. I will use the juices and roasted vegetables later when making a gravy. It's important that you place the roast with the fat up and the ribs down. This will allow all the juices and flavor to run down the side of the roast to be absorbed while cooking. Now to cook a foolproof medium rare prime rib roast. With the oven preheated to 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius, you're going to place in the oven and cook at this high temperature for 15 minutes per rib. You can mathematically calculate the timing of this first roast by multiplying the exact weight of the roast by 5. However, I have found that using 15 minutes per rib is an easy standard thing to remember. My roast is only 1 rib, so after 15 minutes I'm going to turn off my oven and leave it in for 2 hours without opening the door. I am also setting my temperature probe to 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius, as not all ovens will keep the heat. And this is especially true for newer ovens that are fan assisted, which cool down far more quickly. If your oven is like this, you may want to set your temperature to the lowest possible setting right after the initial high temperature cooking is completed. This should allow your oven to remain hot for the required 2 hours. After 2 hours, your roast is done. You can check the probe just to make sure the roast has reached the desired temperature. Remove from the oven to slice and serve. Now remember, this will give you a medium rare roast. If you have some people who prefer their roast a little more well done, simply take their servings and place in the hot oven for about 10 more minutes. Keep the medium rare servings hot by covering with tin foil and a few towels until ready to serve. Enjoy and bon appetit! Thank you for watching, and if you're new to my channel and enjoy cooking, don't forget to subscribe. Liking my videos shows me that you care. For those that have already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. Until next time, this is David from D3 Culinary for all things yummy.